Hey everyone, hope everyone's well. Hope everybody has been reading lots of books. I have been. It's a good time to read books at the moment, isn't it? And that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to read my new book, Finding François. But before I do, did everybody enjoy all the wonderful readings that my friends did of Finding François? I just love them. I really liked, it was a kind of fun experiment actually. I really liked how everyone brought different energy, a different sort of vibe to the reading. Everyone reads books a little bit differently, don't they? People pause in different spots, people emphasize different passages or words, and they're all just so unique. Some people brought some music to the reading, thanks very much Marcus. Some people had a special guest, thanks Sally, but everybody's was really different, and I really liked that. I thought it was a really fun thing to do. So thank you very much everybody for tuning in, and thanks very much to all my friends who took the time out of their day to read my book. So it's my turn today, and well, I'll read it in my own way, I guess. So let's start. Finding François by me. And as I always do, I'll begin with the end papers. I really like end papers in picture books. They're kind of like a little bonus spread. You might have guessed that I like them because I spent a lot of time trying to get them right. And in this particular book, I have lots of bottles. I've drawn lots of different shaped bottles. You'll understand why when I read the story. Here is the title page, and I have a picture of Alice, and she's pulling a little trolley along the road. Right, let's get to it. Alice Bonnet lived with her grandmother on a hill in the middle of town. And there she is. She likes books too, and she's reading a big book. There you can see lots of books on the bookshelf. Can you guess where she is if we look through the window? Together, they made a very good team, especially in the kitchen. "I'm a big help, aren't I, Grandma?" Alice would ask. "You are a marvel," her grandmother always replied. There they are in the kitchen, making a big mess. Alice was a writer of lists. Every morning she wrote a list of the many plans she had for the day. There were pictures to be drawn, creme brulees to be eaten, buttons to organise, and books to read. You see, she's writing a list. Do you like writing lists? I love writing lists. I'm a bit of a serial list writer. Fridays were Alice's favourite day. On Fridays, if the weather was fine, Alice and her grandmother walked down to the park for lunch. On the way, they would stop to say hello to all their friends. Bonjour, bonjour. Walking past all the shops. There's the boulangerie, fleurist. Alice was most fond of Miss Clement, the dressmaker. She often had a surprise for Alice. C'est beau. Over here, look at this. Here is Alice, and she's looking at a dress that Miss Clement has made, especially for her. There were some days, however, when Alice wished she had someone her own size to talk to. Here she is, and she's looking across at all the kids on the other side of the street playing hopscotch. Have you guessed which city this is set in? You probably have. A sister or even a brother, especially on stormy nights when she was trying hard to be brave, or when her grandmother was elsewhere. And there she is, fast asleep while she's knitting. One morning early, before the birds had eaten their breakfast, Alice walked down to the river. She had a plan. From her bag, Alice pulled out a bottle and tossed it into the water. There we go. So she's on top of the bridge and she's tossed this bottle. And if you look carefully at the bottle, you can see there's something inside. The bottle quickly floated out of sight, all the way down the river and out into the ocean. It was captured for a moment by an octopus, picked up and dropped. Then it drifted ever onward until it arrived at a different place, a long way from where it had begun. So lots of different things are happening to the bottle on its journey. You see over here, there's a lighthouse. I love lighthouses. François Poulin was walking along the shore when he saw it, a bottle swirling among the seaweed. Inside the bottle, to his surprise, was a message. It read, "Hello, I am Alice." François was certain this had never happened to him before. He wrote a carefully considered reply, then threw the bottle back into the water. There's little François on the beach where he's found the bottle and he's reading Alice's message. You see he lives on this little island, this lighthouse island. It zigzagged out to sea on the ocean currents. A fisherman caught the bottle, then threw it back. It sat for some time inside the belly of a whale, but soon emerged. Then it drifted ever onward until it arrived a long way from where it had begun. So the bottle has been caught by the fisherman and he tosses it back. It ends up in the whale, but the whale pops it back out and then it's floating back down the river to where it had begun. Let's see. Here is a picture of Alice. Can you see what's in the water? She spotted the bottle. Alice had been waiting for a whole week when she spotted a familiar-looking bottle one afternoon. She was thrilled to see that there was a message inside. It read, "Hello, Alice. I am François. Where are you?" What a good question, thought Alice. I shall explain everything. Excitedly, Alice gathered all her thoughts together. I am over here. What are you doing over there? It was a worthy response, and Alice was pleased with it. She put her message back in the bottle and sent it on its way. The bottle returned to Alice a week later with another message and a hand-drawn map. I live in a lighthouse with my father. It's a bit lonely sometimes, but I can see all the water in the sea from my window. Where is here? Says François. I live here with my grandma. She makes the best crème brûlée in all of France. I think I would like to live by the sea. Have you ever seen a flying fish? Says Alice. I had a pet flying fish once, but it flew away, says François. And you can see, if you look carefully, he's looking out the window. And so it went back and forth across the sea. Can you see the bottle perched right up on the top of the wave? And this is an albatross here. Like Alice, François loved writing lists and reading books and drawing mermaids too. Alice wasn't expecting that. But François also loved dancing and wearing funny hats and origami and garlic butter and flower arranging. François was very interesting indeed. Charmant, says Alice's grandmother, which means charming. Alice realised she didn't need a sister or even a brother. She had found François. Then one day, Alice's grandmother was gone. So this is a very sad picture, isn't it? We look across and Alice's grandmother unfortunately is gone, and there is her empty chair with the knitting on the table. Oh dear, Alice looks very sad in this picture, doesn't she? Looking out the window. Alice went to live with Miss Clement. Miss Clement did everything she could to make Alice happy. But Alice's thoughts were with her grandmother. She didn't feel like drawing mermaids or writing lists or sending messages. Oh dear, she looks very sad, doesn't she? On a pebbly beach, far away, François Poulin walked the shoreline. All sorts of things made their way to the island, but the bottle he shared with Alice was never one of them. Maybe Alice has forgotten me, he thought. Oh, poor François, look at him, just looking out the window. A year went by. Over time, the dark clouds slowly packed up their things and shuffled into the distance, and the sun sprang forth from wherever it was hiding. They're having a lovely picnic in the sun, and there's a little koala with a plane. One evening, Miss Clement spotted something in Alice's wardrobe she had never noticed before. That night, Alice told her everything about her plan, about the bottle, and the lighthouse, and the flying fish, and the sea, but mostly about finding François. Well, we must go and visit them, announced Miss Clement. First, it's only polite that we let them know we're coming. And so they write a message, as you can see, and they throw it back with the bottle into the water. François was collecting shells one afternoon when he saw a bottle swirling among the seaweed. He recognised it at once. Inside was a message. It read, "Hello, François, it is Alice. Miss Clement and I are coming to visit you. Please put the kettle on." Looks very happy, doesn't he? Very happy to hear from Alice. Alice and Miss Clement arrived in time for afternoon tea. Everyone was very excited. François' father baked lemon muffins. Alice had no idea that lighthouse keepers were so good at baking muffins. Miss Clement told stories that made everyone laugh. That night, a wild storm battered the lighthouse, but Alice wasn't afraid. Or maybe just a little bit. The next day, François showed Alice how to spot a whale. Then he lost his hat to the sea. François said it was the third hat that week. Luckily, he had lots of hats. In the morning, it was time to leave for home. Miss Clement needed to get back to her shop. Alice didn't want to leave, not now. Then Alice had a brilliant idea. Perhaps François could visit Alice and Miss Clement. Everyone agreed that it was a brilliant idea. When Alice arrived home, she wrote a list of things she really wanted to do. Number 1, play hopscotch with friends I haven't met yet. Do you recognise those friends? They're the friends she saw on the other side of the street. 2, make a favourite dessert. She's making some creme brulee. 3, finish something unfinished. And here she's finishing knitting the beanie that her grandmother was knitting for her. Then she wrote another list, especially for François' upcoming visit. Plans for François' visit, it says. Eat creme brulee, 20 minutes, maybe more. Draw mermaids, 2 hours. Hopscotch, 45 minutes. Origami, 1 hour. Flower arranging, 51 minutes. It's very exact. Dancing until we fall over. Wear funny hats all afternoon. May change if our tummies are hurting from laughing. And she always had a message to send him. You are a marvel, François. And so it went back and forth across the sea. Good night, Alice. Good night, François. And we have a bottle in the night time and a little flying fish jumping out of the water. And that is the end. Now you know why I drew all those bottles for the end papers. So that is the story of Alice and François. I really hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoyed reading it. I love reading aloud picture books. I miss it because our kids are a little bit older now, so I really miss reading picture books to our kids. Good thing I go visit schools because I really love reading books to kids at schools too. Okay, well, I hope everybody stays well and keeps on reading, and I hope you enjoy all those readings that I put up on my Instagram. Take care, and I'll catch you all later. Bye.